Hello my YouTube family, Disciple here for New Gaming. Today I am very excited to bring you guys a video. Today gameplay was revealed for Dark Souls 2, 12 minutes of gameplay. Well, not all of it was gameplay, there was some talking between the director and the person present, but lots of awesome stuff showcased today. But I really can't wait to get into it, so I'm going to jump right into it. So yeah, Dark Souls 2. Let me start off by saying this game looks absolutely amazing. If you guys can see right here, this is, again, gameplay. Keep this in mind. This is all gameplay. This is all working gameplay. Before the game's even out. It's 8 months till the game's done, and it looks this good. It is awesome. But right here, the screen that I'm showing is an amazing looking level where you're attempting to cross this bridge. It is a rope ladder bridge, whatever you want to call it. And it leads up to this castle, and this dragon's flying everywhere. And I'm not gonna take away from the video. I'm not gonna just like play the video back. I just want to talk about a few things because, again, this was gameplay. Most of it is kind of self-explanatory, but I want to point out a few things to you. So, like I said, let me start off by saying this game looks absolutely frigging amazing. But yeah, like you see on here, this environment is dynamic. These drakes are flying around everywhere, and as I go to this next screenshot right here, as the player tries to cross the bridge near the middle, if you don't have the right item or something they had said, or if you don't, he said there's a way to circumvent dying here, but the character did not have that presently. So a drake flies down and crashes onto the bridge, as you see right here, and then flies away. And your character just falls into this endless pit and dies. It was amazing. The PvE is looking fantastic, so you know the PvP is going to be awesome. Alright, so that's it for the screenshots. I just wanted to show where the game looked ridiculous. Alright, so moving on here. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to touch on is the style of the game. Although it is in its own style, it's got a big graphical update. The style is much more similar to Demon Souls than Dark Souls, which I really love. I prefer the style of Demon Souls to Dark Souls. I don't know, I just always enjoyed the aesthetic more. But yeah, it's more in the style of Demon Souls, which I'm really looking forward to. Demon Souls is a lot more dark and gritty. The other thing I wanted to mention is that bonfires are back. Of course, there probably wasn't much doubt about that because it is Dark Souls 2, nothing else. Also, one more thing that I think is going to be really big, possibly for us PvPers, as well as people who just want to, finish and complete the game. In the video clip that you guys just saw, there was actually a combo that the character does, and it looked to me like if you're going on PS1, if you're playing on PlayStation, it looked like he did two R1s and then an R2 smoothly followed up after, and it actually looked like a combo to me. Which, if this comes to Dark Souls 2, it wouldn't have really been in any other Dark Souls. There are ways to chain your moves, but it's not like a smooth flowing combo that is incorporated just in the button presses. So I'm going to play that back one more time, slow for you guys, and you guys can check this out in slow-mo. I really am excited for this possible new gameplay mechanic. Attack, attack, and then look, he goes for a heavier attack. There's no way that's just the light attack combo. Alright, so the next thing I want to get into is not really a new mechanic. There were ways to generate light in Dark Souls 1, but in this one you actually light a torch from another standing torch thing. I don't know what those things are called, but you light a torch and you can actually carry that light source around with you. And I like the way it looks, going back to the fact that it's like the Demon Souls aesthetic. I like the look to it. I like how the light's flickering and it's realistic and gritty, and I like how it seems like they're returning more so to the Demon Souls aesthetic. I know I'm going to say that word a lot this time, but I don't know, I really enjoy the new aesthetic they're going for, as I say it for the 100,000th time. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to get into was some of the environments are actually destructible. And I know there were some destructible environments in Dark Souls, probably Demon Souls as well, but it seems like there's a lot more that's destructible in this game than in the previous series. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the AIs are now seemingly a lot more dynamic. Maybe it's just, this one thing that enemy can do, but as you guys saw right there in that clip, when you try to hit that armadillo type enemy from behind, it'll actually fall back on you and hit you with his back. Which is something I'm really interested in. I like that. It's going to add a lot more to the PvE, make it even harder for us that are only versed in PvP. But you know, it's a new aspect of the game that I'm actually looking forward to. All right, so this next thing I wanted to show you guys was that there are actually enemies that are throwing items that you can deflect. And when this player failed to deflect one, it actually hit him in the head. I think that did a bit of critical damage, you know, like as you were to shoot someone in the head with a bow or something like that. It seemed to do a lot more damage and actually kill him in one shot. And the last thing I want to touch on, because like I said, this is gameplay, so most of it was a little self-explanatory, was that there are now like dynamic environments, which is something we really haven't seen much of in Dark Souls. In the first clip you guys saw there, that dragon, or the skeleton of that dragon goes to attack you and hits you, and you can actually lock onto it, but then it immediately detaches, the skull detaches from the neck, and it doesn't move anymore, so it's no longer a danger. And in this last clip right here, you're able to shoot this enemy through the bars, which I'm not sure if it's just in this certain instance that you were able to shoot that enemy, or if you know you're actually going to be able to go through the bars and they're not just like walls up, invisible walls. But well, that's something we'll have to wait and see. But that's really cool. He actually breaks down the wall and comes through it. And the last thing I wanted to show, just for the PvP users mostly, I don't think this really is going to affect those who just want to play the game and do the PvE and finish the main storyline. Jesters are back. So they showed one of those off here. Most of this game was focused, most of this trailer and this gameplay was focused on showing different ways you could die, and the director went back to say that several times, that we want to show you most of the new ways you can die. So there's really this fear in the game that, you know, there are many ways that you don't know about possibly, despite having played the game before, that you can die. So that was really cool. Alright, so link to the original trailer in the description. I didn't want to like talk too much about it verbatim because, like I said, it was gameplay. It wasn't just, you know, teased footage. So you guys could go watch that for yourself and, you know, assume what you want for yourself. But that's it for this trailer analysis. Subscribe for the most up-to-date Dark Souls 2 info, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Yosh, damn it. God bless.